The qualification we have developed is industry aligned, and we have looked at what the industry is using nowadays. So many self-tapes are now being submitted as part of a casting process. Usually the first point of a casting process is a self-tape before you get to meet someone in person. Also putting together material for your show reel, so monologues, duologues. Candidates will hopefully then have this sort of material to be able to use for their show reels as well. The first task that we ask the candidates to do in all our levels is an ident task. We're looking for an authentic presentation of oneself. So it is literally talking to camera, giving some basic information we need about the pieces you're going to be doing. So for instance, the title of your monologue, maybe the film or television program it's taken from, and the character that you're playing. And that information is delivered directly to camera, and it's delivered as you. So that's really important that we get a sense of who you are. We then have a monologue task, and this is performing a monologue. This wouldn't be directly to camera. We would ask the candidates to look beyond camera, just to the side, so that their eye line isn't caught down the barrel. And they would be taking on the characteristics, the vocal qualities, the physicality that that character needs to embody. We then have a dialogue task, and that is using other people within the scene. So they would be talking to people off screen. And this is quite often something that's used within self-tapes. When you're given a script to do, you quite often have to have the rapport of the dialogue with you. And then when we move to screen 2 and screen 3, we add an additional challenge, which is a listening task. And if anybody works within television or film, quite often they will be asked to do a scene and just listen to the dialogue that's being given to them, sometimes with quite big dynamics within the scene. So some important news is being told to them. And we're asking candidates to be able to show those skills on screen. At the end of every exam, we also have the playback review task. And this is something we want candidates to be able to think about through their whole journey and their whole practices. So they're always watching their tapes back, analysing them, discussing them with their teachers and reviewing them. And this is something that the candidate can do throughout the whole of the process as well.
From my perspective as a screen director, there are many benefits to taking Trinity's Acting for Screen exams. The tasks reflect the skills required in the professional world. Each task is focused on an industry-relevant skill. The exams enable students to develop their screen skills and have them assessed against a framework. When you go out into an audition situation, you will feel more confident and more aware of the technical skills required.